I want you to watch me paint a Paul Stanley airbrushed t-shirt. Let's begin. Hi, today we're going to do Paul Stanley from the Dynasty album cover, which is relatively an easy shirt to paint because most of the work's in that area and this is kind of blank, so it's quite a quick shirt to do. So let's begin. Again, you need a nice white t-shirt, stretch it over a board as before, and then make yourself a full-size stencil like so. This is a medium shirt, so we're kind of coming off the bottom, but it still makes a very striking image. Okay, let's begin. Start with black again as before, and again we start from an eye. So check the black's working, and then again start with the iris. Draw a dot. Outline the eye. Okay. Now you'll notice that on a lot of images, Paul's got a very downward sloping eye, a lot like Sylvester Stallone, and you've got to kind of get that in the artwork. So this side of the eye, the outside of the eye, is at a lower point than the inside of the eye, and that's a key thing to Paul Stanley's likeness. Okay, just to point that out before we carry on. Okay, let's do the other eye. Now the underside of the eye, put a shadow area about there, and then here there's a crease where the nose begins, so I put a straight line like so, and this is basically solid black. Then outline the edge of the star, outline the very edge of the shirt or the edge of the face, and then blend it in and soften it to this area because there's reflected light there. And then the top point of the star, this point here, this just goes furthest across the brow. Again, outline it, and I'll tell you what we're going to do in that section in a short while. Okay. Then the top bit there, which is usually obscured by hair, but we put it in anyway. And then we move across and do the eyebrow, which is obviously drawn on, it's not his real eyebrow. Okay, then if you pull back, again like I did on the Ace shirt, don't fill these gaps in with solid black because it'd be too black. Just fill in the nostril and the other nostril. And then that gives us a good 50% of the shirt. And then the final two stages are drawing the line in the gap between the lips, which is this kind of shape. You kind of mimic the top of the lip, but you don't make it as extreme. You don't put that dip in the middle there. Then put another line to define the bottom of the lip. Right. Also put here, I put a shadow, gives it form, and then I'll put a little bit of a shadow, a soft shadow here. So before I put the red on, I've already given it structure, and that helps me define it like so. And then the final thing, the outline of the jawline. Okay, when you get to this point, it's always the most interesting because it's the reveal. So you take the stencil away, and it gives you just the key areas, like so. So again, like we did on the jean and the Ace t-shirts, we've got to fill in these sections where the stencil has left a gap. So here it's just a simple case of drawing that kind of line, a bit thinner at the bottom, and then here filling in the gap. Now here you've got to draw the corner of the eye like so. So you're doing that kind of shape, yeah, and then it fills in the solid black, like so. Now the next bit, you'll notice there's no eyelid, so you have to draw that in because we've got most of the iris exposed, so we need to knock out the sort of top 15 to 20% like so. So make sure you've got a clean tip on the airbrush, then drawing a line of this kind of shape. Okay, I'll just look at the photograph to remind me. So put that kind of line in, making sure that the outside of the eye goes down, so it kind of, it's Sylvester Stallone kind of eye Stanley's got. Okay, and then put the bottom of the eyelid there, even though this is drawn on, but that's the actual fleshy part of the eye. So like so, and then you've got to do it on the other eye. And fade out that way because this eye is more in shadow than the other eye for some reason. Okay, define it like so. Okay. Now Stanley's eyelid there, we've got to paint that in now because you can see the iris. So I've got to give this a nice solid white again, which I'll then paint purple in a short while. So we block in some white, and then while we've got the white out, drop the dot on the eye at about 2 o'clock. Like so, and then the eye starts to come together like so, and then the other eye again, dot at 2 o'clock, and then block in this area with some solid white. You don't have to do it this way, you know, you could draw the eyelid in before you start, kind of, if you know what I mean, but I find it makes more sense to do.